Tunde woke up on the cold floor just before sunrise. His body was weak, his head pounding, and his clothes were soaked with sweat. For a moment, he thought it was all a bad dream. But when he looked around the room, fear returned. The lights were on. The mirror was broken. The door was scratched. Strange symbols were drawn on the wall. But the woman was gone, with no sign that she was ever there. Tunde knew one thing clearly. Whatever happened the previous night was real, and it was not over. From that day, Tunde changed completely. He stopped going out at night and avoided his friends. The once proud man now jumped at every small sound. When people talked to him, he barely listened. His eyes always moved around as if he was afraid someone was watching him. And every night, Tunde woke up screaming, seeing the same red dress and hearing the same voice calling his name. One evening, Tunde was forced to drive home late due to work. As he slowed down at a junction, he saw a woman standing by the roadside wearing a red dress just like the woman from that night. Immediately, his heart began to race. His hands shook on the steering wheel and his breath became heavy. Without thinking, he stepped on the accelerator and drove off. That was the first time Tunde ran from a woman. Fear had replaced pride. Tunde could no longer carry the burden alone. He visited his old friend Kunle, who noticed how thin and broken he looked. After much silence, Tunde told Kunle everything. His voice shook as he spoke about the woman, the darkness, the whispers, and the terror he felt. Kunle listened quietly, then sighed deeply. "You were warned, Tunde. Some people are not just people." Kunle took Tunde to a prayer house on the edge of the city. The place was quiet, and the air felt heavy but calm. As prayers started, Tunde suddenly screamed and fell to the ground. His body shook, and tears poured from his eyes. The fear he buried began to rise. After the prayers, the pastor looked at him seriously and said, "You played with danger. That woman was not an ordinary woman. She came as a lesson and warned Tunde to change his ways completely." Months later, Tunde began to feel better. The fear and the nightmares slowly reduced, and Tunde started living a quiet life, focusing on work and staying indoors at night. But one night, as he returned early from work, he saw a prostitute waving at him, and for a moment, temptation whispered in his heart again. Suddenly, he heard that same soft voice say, "Have you forgotten already?" And before you knew it, Tunde screamed and ran, leaving his car behind. That night, the woman in red appeared in his dream. She did not smile this time. "You have learned," she said, "but remember, lessons forgotten return with pain." When Tunde woke up, his bed was soaked with sweat. On his bedside table lay a red piece of cloth that was not there before. From that day, Tunde never looked back. He avoided women of the night completely and warned other men whenever he could. He understood that pleasure without respect can lead to destruction. What he once saw as fun almost cost him his life and sanity. That night changed him forever. He no longer mocked women or treated them as objects. People noticed his transformation. He became calmer, kinder, and more respectful. Years later, Tunde was driving late again. As he passed a familiar junction, he saw prostitutes standing as usual. One of them looked directly at him and smiled. Not a scary smile, just a normal one. Still, Tunde did not slow down. He whispered a prayer and kept driving, choosing peace over pleasure. Tunde rebuilt his life. He focused on work, kept few friends, and stayed away from trouble. He never married, but he lived with caution and wisdom. Sometimes he shared his story quietly, warning young men. Some people laughed at Tunde's story, calling it superstition, but Tunde did not care. He knew what he saw and what he felt that night. And so, till today, anytime Tunde sees a prostitute on the road at night, his body reacts before his mind. His legs move, his heart races, and he runs for his life. And somewhere in the dark streets of Lagos, a woman in red still waits for careless men who believe nothing can happen to them, just like Tunde. So always be careful. If this story touched you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this lesson. Drop a comment below and tell us, do you think Tunde truly escaped, or was he just spared by the woman? More powerful stories are coming your way. Don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching.